Everybody,
Live.
it's Zeden Live.
Nice.
That alive.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Everybody.
Apologies for my video and sound in full Zeden Live. I'm traveling. It's holiday season, and everybody is from a different place in the world. Actually, we could do a little round table. Hello, Justin. Where are you talking from? So, where are you from
Every,
now?
hey everybody. I'm Justin. I am currently based in Madrid, Spain. 42-degree Madrid, Spain.
Cool. Oh, God. And Eileen, I think you're in Spain too, or are you back?
Yeah, no, I'm Spain. I'm from Belgium, but I'm traveling and working from here.
Cool. And Daniel is from our beautiful offices in Las Plages. Hi, Daniel.
Hello, yes, and the very ZN HQ in Brussels. I'm from Spain, but now I'm in Belgium. I'm the opposite that Eileen. So yeah.
Cool. That's very cool. And actually, Iftikhar, where are you talking from? Are you in Brussels? And where are you
No,
from?
I'm actually based in Leuven in Belgium, but yes, it's not that hot as Spain, of course.
Of course. And Anna, welcome to you as well. Hi, Phil. Phil is from Iceland. I mean, he's in Iceland now. So, hi, Phil. Thank you
Hi,
for
Phil.
watching. And Anna, where are you talking from?
I'm based in Brasov in Romania, right in the center of Romania. We have a good weather here. That's good.
That's nice. Actually, I think I forgot to tell where I am now. Hi from Croatia. Everybody just leave in the comments, where are you now? Are you enjoying New Zealand life? I'm actually traveling now. I'm in France now and traveling to Spain as well. So I'm going to die from the heat like my colleagues. Yes. And the theme of today's Zeden Live actually is hyperlearning at Zeden. In the live today, you can see many ex-hyperlearners. I was an ex-hyperlearner at Zeden. Hyperlearners are what we like to call our interns at Zeden. I was an hyperlearner in the marketing team, and I have to say that I enjoyed it a lot. And actually, Justin was an hyperlearner in the marketing team as well as Aline. And shall we start actually from Justin? Because I had a few questions about hyperlearning at Zeden because I enjoyed my experience so much. And
For sure.
In general, what do you think is the best thing about your internship in particular and hyperlearning at Zeden? What do you say?
Okay, good question. Honestly, like I joined ZN around 2 years ago. I joined I was under the CSS squad, aka the account squad. So I learned a lot about the, the nitty gritty of what we do in digital marketing. And not just that, we're also able to like apply what we learned and how to like critically like assess what we need to do. Um, Before joining ZN, I also I did like a course in Google, like the digital marketing one. But like I learned how to apply most of it, actually all of it in ZN. When I switched to marketing, that's when I really like intensely applied everything I learned. So I think that's the best thing about me being a hyper learner.
That's great to hear. I can see a lot of comments from ex-hyperlearners. Hi, everybody. Hi, Marwan. Thank you for joining, and it's so great to see everybody here in the comments. And actually, Justin, how do you think that if you ever did another internship, I mean, you just said that you did the internship in the accounting team as well, like Iftikhar did, and in a while he's going to chat about it too. How do you think it compares, and how do you think the internship that you did at Marketing at Seven helped you navigate the world of digital marketing, and how do you like it?
Okay. Well, initially, my career should not be around marketing. It's actually I graduated with a degree in like international relations, and prior to working in ZN, I worked under that field. So specifically I interned for my country's Department of Foreign Affairs. So it's pretty much just like marketing, except you try to market your government and country to other actors like organizations, associations, other countries, and making your country more attractive to invest on. It's it's quite similar, but what I like about digital marketing is that like you're using several of several of the tools that are available right now and making the most out of it. We use AI, we use the metaverse, we use X, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. And I feel like in diplomacy mostly, we try to do that, but like it's quite lacking. So that's one very big aspect that I like, and that's one very big difference, I think.
Yeah, I think I can agree to that because me and you have
Yeah.
similar backgrounds, and I think it's wonderful all the possibilities that you can actually explore with that background and expertise in digital marketing. But thank you,
Yeah.
Justin, for your insights. But moving to Eileen, how did you enjoy your internship in marketing? Because you're about to finish. Actually, it's been a long time that we had you in our team, and we're very happy with you. And to add, what is your favorite social media channel and why?
I would say my favorite social media channel is Instagram, because I was used to it since like long time ago. Even before working for ZN, Instagram has always been my favorite social media, even on the personal side, because I like sharing content, especially videos and photos. And I think Instagram is a perfect combo for me because you can connect with people. It's easy. You have access to it like very quickly. And yeah, it combines photos and videos of my friends and everyone in the world. So yeah, I think Instagram is my favorite social media.
Well, that's good. And actually, I wanted to give you a shout out to Eileen because everything that you can see in our Instagram page, it mostly comes from Eileen and our brainstormings, and of course, the help of our amazing production manager, Daniel.
Thank you.
And so yeah, thank you for your great help and your great job. And we love you in the marketing team, Eileen. And
Thank you.
I hope you guys can still hear me. All
Yes,
well.
definitely.
And well, yes, in any case, I think I'd like to leave the floor to either Justin or Daniel, so because I know that you have some questions for our other guests. So maybe Justin, you can start.
Okay. So let's move on to Daniel. Hello. Yes. Okay. So Daniel, what would be your advice to someone starting an internship, and what would like what advice would you give so that they could get the most out of it?
Well, thank you so much. Pretty good question. Actually, believe it or not, I was also an intern in ZN a long time ago, like 3,000 years ago. I was an intern as well. Before we established to call our ZN interns as hyperlearners, but I was a hyperlearner as well. And actually, the word hyperlearner actually is quite convenient because hyperlearning is part of the hyperthinking mindset, which was defined and established by our ZN CEO, Phil Weiss. Hello, Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Hope that you are able to see us properly from Iceland. Hope you are not doing it inside a volcano, or so. Please be safe with volcanoes. Um, and yeah, I think my best advice is to be eager to learn and embrace challenges and try to absorb as much information from the people who surrounds you, from the people who are already there in the company working. Try to learn as much as you can from them, from the ways of working, the ways of doing things. Don't hesitate any time to put questions. Hello, Luca. He's agreeing on you, Eileen, on the Instagram thing. Luca, by the way, he's also a hyperlearning design team who is currently with us. And by the way, who was also a hyperlearning design team was Anna, who is here with us. I believe, Anna, you joined us in 2019. I think I do remember there was a period of time. I think you were here during summer 2019, which was a quite crazy hot summer in Brussels. Actually, I remember that we had to move to another room with AC in order to work, so the design team we were able to work properly. So I would like to leave you the floor, Anna, to tell us how was your experience as a hyperlearner at the time with us.
Yeah, I was about to say that for me it was such a great experience because it was before the pandemic, so I had the chance to actually be there at the office, and it was so amazing with the team. That's the best part about the internship, that I really got along with everybody. Everybody was very welcoming, and I got to make a lot of friends. And whenever I asked something, everybody was eager to explain, and I really got the opportunity to learn a lot. And yeah, the weather was very surprising for me, because when I came to Brussels, I was thinking that, oh, it's going to be so cold, it's going to rain, but it was very sunny. We got a very good weather. And yeah, I remember when we had to move to the other room, so it would be a bit chillier. Yeah, and also another thing about my internship was that I did spend a lot of time on LinkedIn at the time to learn on their courses, LinkedIn Learning, and that would be also my suggestion for anybody who wants to do an internship, to uh, get have this to be eager to learn more and use the platforms that are available, like LinkedIn Learning or Domestika, or anything that is really in the domain that you want to advance in your career. And yeah.
Fantastic, and thank you. Actually, I must say, on behalf of the design team and many people on Zeden, that we are very happy to work with you. Not only at the time that you were a hyperlearner, you demonstrated very nice skills. Also, when you became a freelancer, and as we are working now, you was part of as a member of our Zeden network. You are keep demonstrating very interesting ways of solving things in terms of design. And actually, I would like to ask you, in addition, was very hard for you the shift from being a hyperlearner, being an intern, to become a professional designer? Especially because I think that when you finalize the internship with Zeden, next year was 2020, which we all remember there was a very hard year because of obvious reasons, because of COVID and so on. I think more or less maybe that shift to professionalism became during that year. So how was that shift from being an intern to a professional designer?
Well, as an intern, it was easy because I got to work only on the design part and not worry so much about the interaction with the client. But after I shifted to being a freelancer, I got to actually deal with this as well, to talk with the client, to organize things a lot more, discuss about budgets, and it's definitely harder. It's not only design. It would be easier if it's just the designing and the creative part, but you also have to have this business part as well. So that's something that you also need to constantly work on.
Thank you so much for all these insights. Actually, I think that will be very much appreciated by other hyperlearner designers that are watching us right now, and other people for sure, who are having those doubts about, like, okay, when I finish an internship, what is going to happen with my life, with my professional career, and so on. Justin, I think for our remaining guest, which is Iftikhar, you have some questions for him, right?
Yes, definitely. So Iftikhar, I remember our Friday hyperlearning meetings. You were always there, so we
Of
got to
course.
bond around that. Yeah, yeah. So my question is like, what what was the best thing about your internship in the account squad, the CSS squad?
Yes. So basically, I would say like interning at ZN or hyperlearning at ZN was, I would say, it was totally different. And the best part, I would say, the inclusivity in everything, because I would say when you work in different other companies, you don't really get to engage in the main task, what you have to do, rather than doing the easy task. because they sometimes treat like, okay, you're an intern, you cannot handle the tasks. But here at ZN, when I worked, I mean, I was a hyperlearner for 10 months in ZN, and from the beginning until the end, I was like always included in all the hard tasks and everything from client meeting, client briefing, brainstorming for projects. I would say that was the best part, and you get that hands-on experience, I would say, and you get to learn more extensively.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, I think all of us can relate, like how when we started, we're automatically given like this, Herculean task, like, oh, you have to do this, and you're like, oh no, how do I do this? So you're left to your own devices, but then at the same time, you're not, because everyone in the team's actually there to help you, and
Yes, yes,
that's
of
another
course.
structure. Yeah, that's another structure that I like in Zedin, because like everyone's just out there, just ask them a question and boom, you know what to do. And then more, the more days you do it, the more you're kind of like, you have that brain memory, that muscle memory. So
Yeah.
Iftikhar, now that you're like a project coordinator in CSS, like how was the change for you becoming like from being a hyper learner to becoming like a full-fledged project coordinator?
Well, here I would say actually, like, when we were like, well, we were as a hyper learner, we were getting to learn the projects, okay, like how the digital marketing or how the communication for different clients was working. But after transitioning into the being a project coordinator, it was more than just only thinking about communication or marketing. You have to think about a lot of different aspects about timelines, making timelines, communicating for like creating a full-fledged project so that it maintains the deliverables and as well as the budgets and everything. So I would say being a hyper learner, when you're like learning to get know it little by little, when I transitioned in the project coordinator, I was like more fluent, and I was like more used to know, okay, what's happening and how to do it in that sense.
Yes, definitely. And by the way, just a shout out to the people watching, especially our former hyper learners, and hello to Mr. Connor Allen from the Brussels top 40, top 50. Yeah. All right. Gaia, I think you also have a few questions for Eileen before going to recommendations.
Yeah, actually, hoping that you can hear me well. I wanted to understand, because I know that she had such a great experience in her internship. So I was wondering the same as Justin. So in case you had any other internship outside of marketing or in marketing, how do you think that this particular one helped you gain insights and knowledge, and what is that you're looking for next?
So my internship at ZN was my first one, actually. I was searching for an internship for university, and then I found an ad on LinkedIn for ZN. And what really helped me at ZN is obviously learning, because the goal of doing an internship is learning how to do stuff, how to communicate with people, new skills. But what I particularly liked and what I want for me in the future is a company or an agency that considers you as a human, as an individual. And that's what I had at ZN. What I wanted is to be not considered as a number or an intern among many others. And I've always felt like valued and listened to. And it is really satisfying when you receive great and positive feedbacks from your manager, from your team, from your colleagues. So it's truly something that I learned, that what I do can be valued, and this is what I want in the future.
That's lovely to hear, especially for me. But I think I can also add that when I was a hyper learner, actually, this was one of the best things I have to say about Zadan. Not to be auto-referential, but yes, still, I think that the friendships that we create and the bond that we have, the way that we connect, the way that we share our the good things, the bad things, what stresses us, what we love. I think it's one of the best, if not the best thing that we have at Zadan.
It's a real team.
Yes, the Zadan life. What I like
Truly.
to say. Yes, the Zeden Life with an F. And actually, I think it's time for the recommendation. So please, jingle.
So good, you have to play it twice. All right, so let's start with Daniel. What are your recommendations for this week?
Yeah, I got two very cool recommendations for this week. Two very different ones, but pretty interesting. First one is this book here, Ken Robinson's The Element. As you maybe might know, maybe not, but Ken Robinson was one of the most legendary tech talkers. I mean, Tech Talk is the series of conferences with uh, personalities who from the world of technology, education, or design, who bring really cool and interesting insights. And actually, Ken Robinson, well, he passed away a few years ago, unfortunately. But his TED Talks, they were one of the most successful ones, talking about education, reframing education systems, and so on. And actually, on this book, The Element, he digs on the topic of trying to find what is your passion. And also, he talks about creativity a lot, and the fact that creativity is not something linked precisely on specific on some sectors or domains, like for example art or painting and so on. Creativity is something that you can find on any kind of a job or profession. So it's a very very interesting book, so especially for people who is trying to find, like, before becoming an intern or even before designing your career. So it's something that I think can help many individuals in order to find their career or clear out their ideas on what they should do professionally. That's my very first one. My second recommendation is a video that can be found on a YouTube channel called Vox. Vox is a media from the US, very interesting one. They do, in my opinion, very, very cool and interesting videos on all sorts of topics, from social, from politics, from art, from culture, etc. There's one specific video that they released already 4 months ago, but I think this is still a topic that is quite hot, that is about AI. As you know, then we are quite interested into AI. We are exploring the possibilities and potentials to boost our workflows and creativity and so on. And it's going to be indeed a very strong topic on our next EU Influencer event happening the 12th of December. But actually, this video from Vox is titled "Why AI Art Struggles with Hands," because that's something that even has become a sort of a meme, that AI generation, image generation models, like for example Midjourney, DALI, and so on, they are very bad with hands. So if you ever wonder why that is happening, this video is going to clear your doubts. And actually, I found it very interesting because I think that's something that's also quite attached to the AI conversations and the development of AI models, which is the fact that all the development of AI models in some way is trying to mimic human patterns that we have with our brains, which actually eventually I think could help us a lot to understand more the human brain, because it has a lot of mysteries, right? So very interesting video. I strongly recommend it. I don't know, Justin, which recommendations do you have from your side?
All right. For me, it's a very simple AI tool. So speaking of AI, obviously we've got ChatGPT, Bard, whatever, what have you. But if you are a copywriter or if you're a creative writer, I think this would be really great as well, because I want to introduce Text Effects. It's a Google tool. This is created by Lupe Fiasco, a very famous rapper. But it's not just for rappers. It's for everyone. It's for wordsmiths. It's for copywriters, whatever. And it's a tool that can enable you to spice up the way you write words. So basically, it's designed to expand the writing process by generating creative possibilities. You can toy around acronyms, similes, um, like almost every literary tool or figure of speech, you can use that. It can also help you create like word clouds if you need to write, if you need to write something like that. So it's a very excellent tool. I've been using it a lot, especially with especially with it helps enhance my writing style. So please check it out. All right. So aside from me, we have other hyperlearners, ex-hyperlearners. Iftikhar, hi. Could you share us your recommendations?
Of course, I wanted to share one of the projects I'm doing right now. It's a platform actually. It's called freecodecamp.org, and where you can actually learn to like the basic about web analytics or about creating your own websites, which can be a great tool for your own brands, or if you want to learn about a bit more marketing and also like basics of coding. It's really great tool, and also the best thing is it's free, and you get free certifications as well. So do share to check it out, and it's a nice platform for learning.
All right. Thank you, Iftikhar. And then Aline, your turn. Could you share us your recommendations?
Yeah, sure. So since I'm in charge of Zen's Instagram platform, and I simply love Instagram, you can tell I recommend something related to it. So my recommendation is a social media manager who shares Instagram hacks on TikTok. So her account is named Clean Socials. You can find it on the screen here, and it gives the audience like Instagram hacks for reels, posts, like everything in stories in general, and it's very easy. So if you want to upgrade your social media and Instagram especially, it's like you're gonna love it. It's for you.
Thank you, Aline. And yeah, I'm going to use that now, especially for Instagram, because I want my socials clean, as we no pun intended. All
Well, you
right,
should check it
Anna.
then.
Yeah, for sure. Anna, what about you? Could you tell us your recommendations, please?
My recommendation is for the hyperlearners who are in the design department. This is a book. It's called Burn Your Portfolio by Michael Janda. This book helped me a lot when I shifted to the freelancing, from intern to freelancing. It provides a lot of real life examples on how to deal with clients and certain situations, and just tips and tricks for designers who want to start a business.
Oh, definitely. And I know, like, as designers, Daniel and Anna, I know that like dealing with clients are great. They're definitely great because they give you advice, but sometimes it could be slightly challenging because they demand a lot, and like it's hard to like modify one thing to the other. So that's a good recommendation. Gaia, hello, Gaia.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, I'm here. Hoping my connection lasts. Actually, my recommendation would be our dear Sevim Aktas, who is our former Instagram U influencer that we awarded last year. I think she is great. I told her in person as well, and I repeat it again. She is great at Instagram. I think she's a very nice and reliable source of information when it comes to policy updates and how to actually navigate the Brussels bubble. So I strongly recommend her, and I hope to see her again at this year's U Influencer, which Daniel actually reminded us that it's going to happen on the 12th of September.
Yes, exactly. Please, people, register. It's going to be a super cool and great event. All right, I think with this edition of ZN Live is over. So thank you so much, Anna, Iftikhar, Eline, for joining us, for sharing all your insights, your recommendations. It has been very cool. Thank you, everybody who has been watching us. Thank you for being there, for giving us your comments. Please, if you like this, please hit the like button, share, comment, subscribe, etc. Whatever you're watching this on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on X / Twitter. I still wanted to name it as Twitter, etc. And please enjoy the weekend. Have a very happy Friday, very happy weekend, and see you next week.